Hello and welcome to the Jeannine Hunt Experience. I am your host, Jeannine Hunt, and today I have with me Jowaun Gamble. Hello, Jowaun.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. And Jowaun is from a local organization called CYE, Community Youth Empowerment, and they have been doing amazing things all over the area. So, of course, I had to have him come in and tell us more about himself in the organization. So, Jawan, thank you for coming in today and this beautiful weather to chat with me. Can you tell me more about what CYE is?
To start off, we're a youth program focused on providing youth with knowledge, skills, and guidance from realistic perspectives. A lot of us are from Wareham. We're all Wareham alumni, so we've gone through Wareham High, middle school. We've played sports. We've done all those things, and we've had our mentors. Some of us haven't,
Mm-hmm.
and some of us didn't have guidance in certain aspects, and some of us did. So what we're really trying to do is offer that to all youth members, any participants from middle school and up, and we don't shy away from anybody who's older or younger, or from surrounding towns.
That's awesome. And you speak of all of you are from Wayham. Can you tell me a little bit more about your team and how many of you came together to create this? I think it's wonderful.
Yes, so my team is myself, Mike Mendes, Darian Fernandez, Brianna King, Brianna Gamble, and that's it
Mm-hmm.
at the moment. And we're all from Wareham High School, um, and then all took different avenues in college or different careers or whatever the case may be. So we all have gone to Wareham High School, but went in different directions and have different backgrounds and aspects on things and viewpoints.
Mm. So bringing that all together is a one. Sounds like a great team. Um, Can you tell us a little bit about the different events that you guys have had in the town?
So we've hosted a lot of events so far. We're a relatively new program. We just started in January. Since January, however, we started with the alumni game, and that was a huge turnout. We had generations on generations of alumni from Wareham High School, and we had a big basketball game. It was a big fundraiser. We did raffle tickets. We did food, music, halftime 3-point contest. It was just a big event. And that's kind of where we first got our name out there, and then
Yeah.
they kind of wanted to know who put that together. After that, we just really focused on workshops with youth,
Mm-hmm.
and that was focused on professionalism. That was the first workshop, and then we had a whole list and category. We went from education and career opportunities to financial literacy to nutrition, fitness, sports, incarceration, and at the end of everything, we were going to do a career fair.
Yes.
However, COVID happened, so after our first initial workshop, um, we talked about professionalism, like really focusing on what to wear during a job interview, like how to build your resume, certain tips like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then tips to go in, like do's and do nots during an interview. Just simple things of posture, eye contact,
Yes.
and just some things that a young person might not know at their age. And if they were to go to a job interview, we would provide them with a mock interview, and then if we have enough funds, we would provide them with any type of professional attire that they did not have. Um, so since COVID,
Mm-hmm.
we have also done a lot of things for the community. Um, Although we can't host workshops right now,
Yep.
or we may be able to now, but we're kind of waiting for school to go on and kind of figure out the CDC guidelines and how many youth we can have, if they can
Yes.
even be in person, especially if they're not in school.
Yes.
So since then we did Cooks for Community, which was a collaboration with the Marion Institute
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of local businesses, Mark Anthony's, Minkle's Catering, and what we did was basically provide hot meals for, excuse me, the unsheltered and senior citizens or anyone who really has like some health deficiencies.
Mm-hmm. How
Um,
long did you do that for?
That
that
was
program? Because that was throughout COVID, correct? That
that
you.
was from, I want to say, April.
Hmm.
It was 7 weeks. It was Monday through Friday. Um, about 175 meals,
That's amazing. That's
175 meals
great.
a day, and we had a tremendous amount of volunteers.
Hmm.
So I would post a volunteer schedule, and you even volunteered yourself.
It was fun. I did get to go down, and it was the people actually pulling up to get their meals were so happy. Like they appreciated it so much. They really didn't have anything during that time of COVID, and yeah, it was a great program that you guys put together.
So, but it really showed Wareham wanting to give back or help, and this was a time where everyone was kind of nervous to even go out in public,
Hmm.
or you didn't know how serious COVID was, and people were coming out of their homes to help give out mails during those times.
Yeah,
So that definitely showed like some strength of Wareham and them wanting to give back.
beautiful.
Um, Other than that, since we can't hold workshops, we've been very active on social media.
Hmm.
We try to make at least 1 to 2 posts a day. That's just informational for young people, and whether that's about the importance of registering to vote, why it's
Yes.
important to vote, um, even certain videos that talk about like trauma, dealing with certain things of depression and mental health
Hmm.
awareness during this time of COVID,
Yeah.
because everyone's probably going through some stressful things. Can't leave the house. You're just in this one room, and now with school, you got you're not like going to class. You're not in the hallways with your friends. You don't get to see your favorite teacher in person,
Yeah.
or just that initial interaction, physical interaction of like a hug or something.
Yes.
It's
That's big.
people
Yeah.
don't really think about that. So we try to just keep in contact with them and let
Hmm.
them know if they ever need to talk or anything like that. We're here for them.
Yeah.
But back to some certain events. We did a produce distribution. That was also another 7 week program
Hmm.
that was tied in with the Marion Institute and Sid Wainers.
Yeah.
So they gave us 20-pound boxes of produce that we distributed to families of three or more every Thursday for about 2 weeks. 7 weeks, I'm sorry. But the distribution time was for 2 hours.
Yes.
And that was, we gave about 35 boxes of that. But that was a sub that was like a little subdivide of the entire project that Sid Wainer was doing.
Hmm.
I believe they had other locations of the town hall, the YMCA, and things like that.
Yeah.
But we joined on and did another segue of the Boys and Girls Club.
Wow.
Other than that, we did a beach cleanup. We did the drive-in movies at the VFW. We did, what else have we done? Sorry.
So much.
So
Well, while you're thinking of everything you've done, I will say that the basketball game, I was able to be involved in that, and it was huge. Like everything that you guys have done, and I didn't know that you guys had just gotten together when that happened. It was like you guys brought together a force of people, alumni, people that graduated from Wayham, I don't know how many years ago, and played and raised money. That was great what you guys did. The movie theaters, the outside movies, just to elaborate, they actually have a blow up and have had a drive in during COVID for children to have something to do in the community because there is nothing and they're able to be safe in their vehicles with their families. So it's family time too. Um, yeah, kudos to everything that you guys are doing.
thank you. I
For real.
appreciate
I
that.
can't say it enough. Like I'm so happy. I'm happy for you guys and what you're doing for the community. It is making a change. And while you list more, what do you feel like out of everything that you've done so far has made the most impact? It's only been since January, but you've done a lot. So you yourself coming together and creating this and what your vision is, what so far has been like, wow, we did this or this made a change in our community?
I definitely think the Cooks for Community. Um, it was definitely eye opening for me to see how many people actually like didn't have a hot meal every day, or how many people needed that resource of getting that's their dinner, right? Especially during COVID. and to give out like 175 meals a day. Um,
And to the homeless also. I remember you would there's probably another 40 or more meals going out to the homeless too, which is you guys came out to help the youth and you're helping everyone.
there was an additional, so that was the Marion Institute that had coordinated that, but they would give out an extra 40 to
Mm-hmm.
the homeless. And back to some other things that we did during this time.
Mm-hmm.
So while we were doing the Cooks for Community, we started a free food pantry, and that was at the Boys and Girls Club. It's still there, but it's basically just take what you can. I mean, take what you want and leave what you can.
Okay.
And so it's just non-perishable items, canned goods, pasta, rice, things like that that won't really go bad.
Mm-hmm.
And we started a clothing donation. So a lot of the clothing donation at first was going to the homeless with the hot meals. So every Friday, whoever reached out to me and had a bundle of clothes or anything, we would wash them first and then
Mm-hmm.
bring them to the homeless. So this goes
Awesome.
from socks to sheets, uh, hoodies, shirts, any type of clothing that could be given out and that was actually washed and not too torn or ripped or anything like that.
Yeah. And where do you get your funding to wash these clothes and do the things that you're doing? Where does your funding come from?
So at first we were just a volunteer group. Everything we were doing was just because we felt like we wanted to give back, and we realistically just wanted our goal at first, like our mission is to provide youth and like really uplift our youth to
Yes.
become like young leaders and teach them that there's uh, like a million avenues of careers even if you don't want to go to college. And we got kind of stuck for a second because of COVID. We really can't have interactions with young people.
Mm-hmm.
Even right now, we would be going into the schools and really giving a presentation of what we do and what our program offers.
Yes.
But also, we're relatively new, so we had to think on our feet of things to do. So we decided to get a fiscal sponsor. So then, because we noticed that our program had people wanted to be involved, people wanted to donate, people wanted to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, we were taking donations just for really providing youth with like food for the workshops and stuff like that,
Okay.
like pizzas and ice cream and stuff like that, notebooks, folders. But once we realized that we could help a lot more, we
Mm-hmm.
got a fiscal sponsor. So that's relatively new, and we're
Yes.
still figuring out the ins and outs of that. But other than that, we've gotten donations just from food, whether it's food or donations from like service, like volunteer service. Um, Many like small amounts of donations from individuals in the community who wanted to donate towards the food pantry and but didn't want to like go out of their homes and stuff, which is understandable.
Yes.
So we would go ahead and provide that. If they wanted to provide like donations for clothes
Mm-hmm.
to give back, even donations for the free food pantry themselves if they dropped off bags. So we've gotten donations, whether it was money, clothes, food, or I still call like a volunteer service a donation as well because
Yeah.
they're giving us their time to help. So
Absolutely. So, if you were to get more donations or help, what would you be able to do? Let's just say money donations. If somebody wanted to throw some money at you guys, what would you be able to do more in your mission right now, even through COVID? Is there something that
there's so
so
many
many?
options. Like our main goal down the road is to have our own facility
Mm,
or our own area where we can have youth come in.
yeah.
And we would also like to have that area be a safe haven for young people, and whether that's a little recreational area, but still with the focus of we're here to uplift you and educate you and things like that. So we would have that mentor aspect,
Yes.
but at the end of the day, like if they were to come, like it would probably be mandatory that we would have tutor sessions or to get your homework done
Mhm.
or things like that, or we're gonna do mock interviews because you have an interview with Burger King coming up on Friday, or
Yes.
you have an interview with a college, right? You need to learn how to write your applications.
Mhm.
And I know me personally, I'm a first generation. I I went to grad school. I got my master's, and
Congratulations.
I have a ton of loans. Thank you, I
You're
appreciate that.
welcome.
But I have a ton of loans, and I really had no guidance in that aspect. I didn't have anybody to tell me that if I went to a community college at first, I would have gotten half of my funds deducted, or I wouldn't have as many loans. I went to a private school at first,
Wow.
Dean College, and took the same
So,
courses I could have took at a community college,
mhm.
and then transferred to Bridgewater. So just having like that little free game, I would say, like from somebody to be like, you don't need to go there because you can do the same thing here.
Mhm.
So
Which is a lot different from, parenting or coming from home or a guidance counselor. You guys are kind of putting in everything. You guys are helping all around the board, which I like because, some people may say, what's the difference between you or in a boys and girls club or a, you know, upward bound or something like that. And I love you guys are giving the not only the guidance, but you're supporting too with all the mental health and everything. I see your post, the voting. You guys are putting the bug in everybody's ear, and all this youth. They're usually don't see this if they're online and they're scrolling. They're seeing your page is giving them some great guidance. Um, yeah. So what do you have next? What do you have coming up for um, events?
so we have the Patriots game next Sunday, and that really is, it's not focused on youth necessarily, but it is because it's going to be a fundraising event, and it's going to be a chance to really speak with adults and like parents,
Mm,
and kind of give them a little bit more information about who we are
mm,
and why we're trying to uplift the youth.
yeah.
And who doesn't love the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect opportunity, especially for winning, to like at halftime tell them a little bit more about what we do. And a lot of the times, people just see an article here or they see a post on Facebook there, but they don't really know like like an in person conversation, or what if they were to donate, what it actually goes to.
Mhm.
So I think that will be a good event to have adults really here. But for the most part, the concentration really is getting youth involved. Um, Another event we have is a trunk or treat.
Okay.
So that's going to be a little challenging because we have to follow with the CDC guidelines.
Mhm.
I think we're just going to have packages already pre-made,
Yes.
and then have labels whether there's peanuts or peanut butter in them or not.
Mhm.
If anyone has allergies like that,
Great.
and it will be just a trunk or treat. So everyone lines up their vehicles, best costume contest,
Mhm.
pumpkin carving contest. But
Halloween lives.
the pumpkin contest will be done at home. So it takes away the
All the
you know
guidelines that you have to follow right now. Yeah, you're doing a great job even figuring all that out. So.
yeah. So our team works together a lot though,
Mhm.
and we may have, it may look like it's just we post something and that's it. But while we're posting, we're doing research on certain guidelines. We have all team members who maybe hear something and they post in the group about, hey, we got to watch out for this.
Mhm.
So we have a good support system for a team. But then I just want to shout out everyone in the community as well,
Mhm.
because we have 1,000 people reaching out, and I'm not even exaggerating.
No, I
But
believe
we have
it.
a lot of people who reach out just to help or say, hey, this would be a good idea. Or they give feedback and good critical criticism to what we're doing to make sure that we're becoming like a successful program.
Yes.
So,
That's that's awesome. It's nothing like your town and the community coming together and hearing wonderful things about the town of Wareham, where I'm also from and graduated from. So I will say that the community has also been good to myself, and they have a lot of great teachers and people out there.
they do.
Yeah. What else is where I get stuck? I'm so like there's so much going on. You've done so much. Can you tell me some of the strengths of your team? Because you keep bringing them up, which is great that you guys all work together. What are the strengths of them?
I think the biggest strength is that they naturally just have a passion for youth. And a lot of them come from a background where if they didn't have a mentor, then they wouldn't be where they are right now. So they know really the importance of that. And a lot of them already work with youth and in their actual careers.
Yeah.
So this to them is really just a passion, and that's what makes it a lot easier because it's not like pulling teeth. Everyone wants to be committed and involved. That makes it good.
Yeah.
Um, the only part that we sometimes struggle with, and I'll admit, because not everyone's perfect or program is perfect, is just our initial communication. And that's because we're relatively new. We kind of jump the gun with certain things sometimes, and we rush without really communicating as a team.
Yeah.
But even when that does happen, we still work everything out and figure out the kinks and all that. But um, that's one thing that we're learning because this is new to all of us. It's just really communication, but that's a life skill in general, and that's a soft skill of just realizing how much you actually do have to communicate, even if it's little things.
Yeah. And how can people find you all? Like your Facebook, your Instagram page?
Yeah, so we do have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. We're working on a website right now. I never realized how difficult it was to make a website.
They're not fun.
So we're definitely working on that and making sure that when the website is good, that it's not like one of those kind of. I just want to make sure that it's put together well.
Yes.
I don't want it to be like a one pager. I want it to have like a gallery, and then you can press this link to join another page and see all the events that we've done, or a registration for upcoming workshops and events like that. So I want it to be really well put together. So that's kind of like the hold on the website right now.
And so all of your supporters can find you. I know you post things when there are events or they can volunteer, and that would always be on the CYE Facebook if they need to. Awesome. Anything that you would like to just kind of further go over or discuss and let people know that you've done or
Um, I mean, we're in a new generation now where social media is such a big thing. Um, and I just want to stress one of our challenges is of really getting youth to be involved. We try to follow as many people as we can on social media, and we have a lot of feedback. We even have an intern, so every year we try to pick at least one or two interns. Last year we had Jasmine Black. She was terrific. She was class president, involved in DECA, involved in Honor Society. So she had aspects to bring from the school to us. Now we have Cayman Thomas. He's on the basketball varsity team,
Awesome.
and so he's expressed to me some of his challenges of where they're not in school right now. He can't just go ahead and kind of walk and talk to people and tell them what we're offering. It's more or less the same struggle we're having on social media.
Trying to get the information out to people of what's going on.
Right. Because at the end of the day, our main focus is to work with youth, and if we don't have youth to work with, we're kind of not doing our mission.
Yes.
So
It's going to happen. It's going to come. But this is a long, it's different for everyone right now. Trying to my children are inside now doing the homeschooling, so, but, So how can we get to more youth? Well, the parents, just like you said, that game, that's a key right there.
That's one way is the parents, and I just know with COVID itself, a lot of parents may not even feel safe with their child at a workshop, or coming to help volunteer with us at cleaning up a beach or doing some other project. We don't know if the parents even feel safe with that. Parents don't even feel safe with their children in school right now. Why would they want to come to a workshop?
Understood.
So we have to understand the fact of what's happening in the world right now, but we still have to keep pushing our mission and know that what we're doing is for good. And even if we have to have a workshop with just 12 to 15 young people to start, it's still affecting 12 to 15 young people.
Yes.
So I'm more focused on qualitative data than quantitative.
Mm,
So if I work with 12 to 15 youth and they all have a strong impact from it, then I'm happy with that.
beautiful.
Opposed to working with 100 and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Um,
completely know what you got. Like you said, you have a passion for this, so you're going to find a way, whether it's you're working on 12 or hundreds, you're going to get that done.
right.
I like it. I like it. So I just want to thank you so much for coming down today and talking with me and just giving us a good breakdown of what you guys do. I wish you all the best. I will see you at the football game and the trunk or treat. Everyone, just go on CYE's Instagram and their Facebook, and please just read and see what everything that this team is doing. It's awesome. Would you like to thank anyone, all the people in the community and stuff? Like whatever you have to say, close, say whatever you got to say, my man.
I would just like to thank the community for sure. That's for starters, and everyone that's. I hope I don't miss anybody. Individual people in the community that have helped out a lot. Jeannine, you've helped out. Benji, Larry, Carl, Mark Anthony's. Who else do we have? We have Mama Mary's. We have Lynn Spinola, Deneen, Paul at the VFW. My all my team, all the young people that have ever helped. Um, we've had people come from other towns and cities help us out as well. I'm not really good at this shout out stuff, so I
No,
feel like I'm
and then you're
forgetting
like, wait, I'm
somebody.
forgetting. And you
Yeah,
got the Boys and Girls Club, the
Boys and
Marion
Girls Club,
Institute, the
Marion
Dan
oh
Minkle, the
Liz, yeah,
YMCA.
the
You guys have been
YMCA for
everywhere.
sure. Liz Wiley, she has helped out a tremendous amount. Um, I'm so not good at this,
No.
but there's so many people, and you all know that I talk to you
I
on a
think you're
regular
doing
day
great.
basis. So, no, I just want to thank everyone and everyone else who for the continued support.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many people who just just push our articles out there, push our social media, and the more exposure it has, the better outcome.
Mm-hmm.
So I just really do appreciate that. I have some people reposting from Worcester
Yes.
or Boston, and even though if it's not in Wareham, it's being shown out there. Or
Yeah.
even if they wear CYE merchandise out, and they're like, "Well, what's that about?" Um, it just getting that general information out there. And if anybody has any questions, you can always email me at warehamcye@gmail.com. I'll be free to answer any questions, and if you feel like you want to schedule a meeting or anything, we could do that as well.
Cool. Awesome. And what was I just gonna say? I had a thought. I don't remember what my thought was. Oh, what would you have to say to the youth today? If there's any youth out there, because you haven't been able to talk to them or really have that same contact, what would you want to shout them out and say?
Well, I just want to say, like, get over here. Like, you guys are really missing a great opportunity. Um, and it's funny because a lot of my mentors growing up, like Larry Center for sure, he would say, "You're gonna miss. You need to cherish this senior year, your junior year, because after this, it's never gonna be the same again." And I really took a lot of things for granted when I was that age. I should have volunteered more. I should have been involved in more educational things or workshops that kind of showed me a different avenue or opportunity or whatever the case may be. I just always thought I was too cool for that. So I want to let you know you're not too cool for that ever, because what it is just making you a stronger and more educational individual, and you can never know or have too much knowledge. So, and if you don't want to go down the college route, we're helping you with that as well. We're trying to show you all the other avenues and then how to go about that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, we're relatively close to their age group. It's not like you. No offense, it's not like having that older, like a elder generation.
No, there's no offense. It's true.
No, like I mean, I remember when my guidance counselor would say something to me, I'd be like, "You can't relate with me."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we graduated not too long ago,
Yeah.
so we can definitely relate with you. And if you're dealing with certain things at home, and things like that, we could always have a conversation and let you know that we understand what you're going through.
And it's all confidential. You're there to help and support. So remember that too. They're just an outlet if you need to reach out. Any of you, high school students or something, reach out to them for help.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you all for watching the Jeannine Hunt Experience and tuning in with CYE, Community Youth Empowerment Group with Jowaun Gamble. Stay tuned for more episodes. It's been a while. It's been a while. I miss you all. Thank you.